On the evening of February 13th, 2015, Essie and I flew from Miami to Cienfuegos, Cuba. On board with us on our charter flight were the 6 other members of our group and our American tour director, Daniel, a representative of Gate 1 Travel, one of the companies now permitted to provide, quote, face-to-face culture tours such as the one we were embarking upon. Next morning, the first stop was the beautiful and well-cared-for rustic Cienfuegos Botanical Gardens. We have now reached Trinidad, about 40 miles west of Cienfuegos, also on the southern Caribbean side of the island. Along the way, we passed small towns and farming areas. We saw as many animal-drawn carts and carriages as we did cars and trucks. Even on the recently completed modern highway, traffic was light. Trinidad is said to be the best preserved colonial-era town in Cuba. It was a rich town built on sugar production and the slave trade. In its heyday in the early 1800s, there were 56 sugar mills in and around Trinidad. The town was the largest sugar producer in the world. Rich competing dynasties sought to outdo each other by building impressive homes and public buildings. The main threats to the town's prosperity were hurricanes and pirates. Today, most everything is owned by the government. The one remaining sugar mill is a UN World Heritage Site, as is the town of Trinidad itself. Same as Cuba, Trinidad's leading source of revenue is now tourism. In the early years after the communist victory, the revolutionary government pursued actively anti-religious policies. More recently, the government changed course and said that the right to religious freedom was recognized. However, religious organizations and affiliated institutions do not receive governmental funding. In the mid-1990s, with the Soviet Union gone and Russia in disarray, the Cuban economy was on the verge of collapse. In order to avoid that, and perhaps to foster tourism, some small privately run restaurants called paladoras were permitted to operate in buildings that still remain publicly owned. Often they superseded government restaurants or portions thereof. Typical palador is small, only a few tables and maybe one room. Though they are strictly regulated and taxed, the trend toward paladoras continues. Reportedly, quality varies and menus are limited. However, we found all of those selected for us to be good or better. Our lobster lunch today was great, and we happily accepted seconds. We've left Trinidad and driven back to the center of Cienfuegos. In this commercial area, some of us will soon make some purchases. They will be in cash. So next month, for the first time, Capital Star of Cuba will permit use of some major credit cards. It's not an option for us. We will be using Cuban convertible pesos, commonly known as CUCs, C-U-C-S. It takes over 20 Cuban pesos, the official currency used to pay Cubans their wages, to equal the buying power of a single tourist CUC. This kooky two-currency system has created some serious, probably unintentional, inequities. For example, a hotel maid or a waiter receiving tips from tourists can probably earn much more than a doctor or other professional. We went inside the store just to the left. Typically, both types of Cuban money were accepted. We bought a 750 milliliter bottle of good Cuban rum for a little over 6 CUCs. Equivalent of less than $7 US, and therefore a bargain. We were told that the government was trying to figure out a fairer currency system, one that would still be attractive to tourists while being better for most Cuban workers.